cipher. Yes, so we're going to learn about our Caesar cipher and then how to use it to encrypt and then decrypt our messages. Right now, I'm not going to give us a lot of theory. In my experience, the more examples you do, the more you're going to understand. Obviously, yes. So let's get right into it. Yes. So I'm going to maximize. I had initially split the screen because we need this table. Okay. So first of all, you need to set up your, let's call it our Caesar cipher table. And what we really want to do is that basically we are going to index our alphabet from A to Z. And when I say indexing, you know what I mean. Yes, we are going to number them, you know, give them some sort of, should I say, positional values. You see, yes, so A is 0, B is 1, C is 2, like in that regard. So we get to Z. Yes, so we can see that A is 0, M is 12, N is 13, and Z is 25. Yes, now Z is 25 because, of course, we started from 0. So it's accounting for that. You understand? Yes, now Caesar cipher is a type of shifting, should I say shifting cipher, right? Yes. So we are doing is shift. You understand? Yes. Now there can be a whole lot of shifts that we can use to do our encryption and then our decryption. But uh, this Caesar cipher in particular, we are just going to be doing 3 shifts. So when we are doing 3 shifts, that's our Caesar cipher. So I think I've spoken a lot. Uh, let's get into the encryption and let's get into the examples itself. Right? Yes. So example one, we are supposed to encrypt following our text using our Caesar cipher, right? Yes, and our text is attack at dawn. I picked this from the slides, obviously. All right, so attack at dawn. Yes. So using our table, now if you have set up your table properly, this should be very easy. All right, yes. So now we have our table set up. Now we're going to be shifting by 3. And now we are encrypting. So we are going forward. Encrypting is going forward, and decrypting is going backwards. There's some mathematics to all of this, but yes, I don't think anyone wants to bother themselves with that at this time. I mean, yes, so let's go through it. So we have A over here for our plain text. Now what we are going to do is we are going to check reference our table. What is A? A is 0, right? And we are going to move 3 steps forward. So we go B, we go C, and then we go D. Yes, so you can see that we are working with D. So basically, uh, I was talking about the mathematical aspect, so it will be 0 plus 3. That will be 3. You understand? So D. So we can come here, then we say D, right? Now the next thing we have to look for is our T. So we come to, oh my god, ABCD S T. Yes, this is T. Sorry. Yes, so this is our T, all right. Yes, now for our T, we move forward by 3. So T U V W. So 1, 2, 3. That'll be W, right? Yes. So you can come and put our W over here. Then we go back to our table. Okay, actually, in our Caesar cipher, they're like when the plain text, like if it's the same thing, the cipher text is going to be the same. And even vice versa, you understand? Yes. We will still get W if we shift right, obviously. And we have already done A2, so it's a D, right? And then now we have our C, so I think C is 2. I'm doing as well. Yes. Okay, we don't need the 2, we need C, so C, D, E, F. So now you can write our F like this. Yes. And then now you move to our K. And then we go back to our table. K, L, M, N. So 1, 2, 3. And we can say N. We have already done for A, we know that's a D. Already done for T, we know that's a W. Already done for G. Or have we? Okay, let's go D. 1, 2, 3. That's going to be a G. Like this. A is a G. W. Let's do for W. So for W, we move forward thrice, and that will be X, Y, Z. You see, we are shifting. We are shifting by 3, right? So X, Y, Z. And then we'll have, yes, Z. W will be Z. And then finally, our N. Our N will be O, P, and Q. So we have a Q over here. Yeah, so now this is our cipher text. Yes. Okay, so now let's take a second example to put things in perspective, right? Yes, to really lock it in our heads, let's take a second example. So for a second example, I'm going to try to encrypt the plain text Naruto, right? Yes. So N, we've done N already, right? Yes. Now that's the thing about the Caesar cipher. The shifts are not really ever going to change. So when you shift N and you're encrypting, you're moving forward. It's going to be Q, no matter what you do. Our A will be D. But for practice, let's go back to the table. Okay, so R, we find our R and we move forward 3 times. 1, 2, 3. That's going to be U, right? And I also assume U is going to give us, let's see, 1, 2, 3, X. Right, our X. We go for our T, 1, 2, 3. That's a W, like we've already seen. And then we go for our O. So our O, 1, 2, 3. Then we have R, right? Yes. Okay. So that will be our that's going to be our cipher text for Naruto. Yes. So yeah, you anime fans out there, you can mess around with this. Like the key is practice. See, as for this, I think it's quite easy. No one's going to forget, but still, let's practice. Yes. Now we are done with our encryption. We are done with our encryption, right? Yes. Now we have to know how to be able to decrypt. Yes, decryption. So for decryption, we are moving 3 steps backwards. That's it. So N going forward, D going backward. Deceleration is negative, blah blah, like here. I want to get into all of that stuff. So we go for our P, P. Then we move 3 steps backwards. So O N M. So we know our P is M. And let me try to split. Let me try to split our screen. I can't be scrolling. Can't be scrolling like that. I think I have the table over here. Uh, uh, Let me minimize this one. All right. Yes, I hope you can still see. Yes, so we have. Okay, so now we have to decrypt our H, right? And then we come to our table right here. Come to our table right here. For H, we go back 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. Then you can see that we'll be having an E, right? Yes. And then we have to look for our V. So we can see our V over here. And we know we have to go back 3 times because we are decrypting. So 1, 2, 3, which is going to give us an S. And then we know that it's not going to change. So we say S again, right? Yes. And then we look for our L. It should be somewhere here, right? We have seen our L. We go back thrice again. So 1, 2, 3. We are going to end on what? I. And then we know it's not going to change. So we have another I again. And we also know V is not going to change. So we have another S again. And then we go for our W. Now let's try to decrypt W. We say 1, 2, 3. Ah, okay, this is a wrong table. Oh, it looks like I snapped the table when we had the error, right? So to decrypt W, will have VUT, like it's 1, 2, 3. It's going to be T over here. Sorry for that. Yes, and then for K, we do the same thing. So K, 1, 2. Yes, and then for K, we do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, which is going to give us an H. Now we have to decrypt the H itself. So H, 1, 2, 3. That will give us an E, like this, right? Now we have to go to our J. So J, we come back 1, 2, 3, which will give us a G. Now we look for our R, and we come back 1, 2, 3 because we are decrypting. 1, 2, 3. That's going to give us an O. And then we go to our D. Then we come back 1, 2, 3. That's going to give us an A. And then we go to our W, and then we come back 1, 2, 3. We've already done W. Yes, okay. So that will give us our T, like this. And then we have our Now we have been able to decrypt our plain text. Let's read it out loud. Now Messi is the good. Yes, no rival fans. We are going to write it out. Make everybody compose them about it. Messi is the goat. You understand? Yes. And now let's do this. We have our another cipher text CTVX EF, some gibberish. Now let's try to make sense of it. So we have V. So straight away, let's look for our V. Now we are coming back thrice. So 1, 2, 3. We have an S. See, that's the right V. Okay. We have a 1, 2, 3. We give us an S. Yep. X. Let's go for an X. So X. 1, 2, 3. We have our U. Right. And we go for E. E is at the top side of things. So DCB, like 1, 2, 3. So we end on a B. And now we have another V. Now at this point, we know that when decrypting V is S. Now we have an F. Now I think, yes, okay, 1, 2, 3. F is going to give us a C. So now I know I could skip all this, but I'm going through it for your sake. C. And now we have a U. I think we've done this already. Okay, no. So 1, 2, 3. That's an R. Then we have an I. Oh, we have an L, sorry. 1, 2, 3. So we find our L, we move back twice, that's I. But this is very tedious. This goes against everything I know as a program, like very repetitive. Yes, so E, we say 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's going to be a B, right? Yes, and then H. H, 1, 2, 3. That's going to be an E. Yes, and also, yes, so subscribe if you have found this very helpful. Subscribe to support the channel and then give me, I don't know, motivation or something to continue. Yes, now, question I think is on your mind, and at least I hope it's on your mind, is that what if we have a situation where uh, our plain text or our cipher text is Z or A, and then we have to move forward or we have to move back and blah blah blah. Yes. So for that, let me maximize this whole thing. Okay. So for that, it's not really a problem. Okay. So let's say wanted to encrypt Z, we'll simply start from A. 1, 2, 3. So when encrypting Z, it becomes C, right? Yes. And I also think when we are decrypting A. Okay, now let's go for decrypting A. Now decrypting A, we just say A, and then we'll move back thrice. 1, 2, 3, like this. It's decrypting A, we just move back 1, 2, 3. So decrypting A is going to give you an X, and then encrypting Z is going to give you a C. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Yes. So that's how to go about overflow. Yes, if you put it like that. Yes. So watch the next video and let's go through the polyalphabetic cipher, the Virginia cipher. Our how to do crypt analysis for our Caesar cipher, right? Like how do we break, this type of encryption here? So for that, we're going to be doing a brute force attack. You know how I said it's a type of shifting cipher, right? Now we know it's Caesar because we are shifting 3, right? Now assume like the message was encrypted by shifting. You don't actually know the key, let's say the key like value for which it was shifted, whether it is, yeah, so you can shift from 1 to 25. All right, yes, you can shift from 1 to 25. If you use 0, well, it's going to be the same, you see. So you can go in that pattern. Yes, now I saw this in a past question. They asked you to describe the process in performing, I don't remember for which type of, but let's just cover base for all of them, for all of the ciphers, right? Let's just cover it. So what you are going to do is you are going to perform. Yes, we are going to perform for all the possible keys. You understand? So from 1 through to 25, we are going to do the shift like that. So our first shift, and then we do our yes. So our first shift is we are going to be shifting by 1, and then we'll have our result. And then we shift by 2, we shift by 3, we shift by 4, we shift by 5. That's how you're going to describe it. So we get to 25, right? Yes, so now when we do that shift for 25, now we're going to go through and then we'll look at our plain text and then we'll see which one makes sense. Like since we are decrypting, right? We look at which of these plain text makes the most sense. You understand? And then we are going to arrive at that. Yes. Now the reason why we have moved away from type of stuff like this is that imagine like you can easily write a program to do this. You're not even going to suffer and do it by hand. Like I mean, it can be done really well, not easily, depending on the quantity, and yeah, it can really be done. Yes, and that's why we have moved away from all this type of stuff. Yeah, so that's how to break this type of encryption. Yeah.